Hi challengers, welcome to the 21-day Fix group challenge. Today I want to go over the nutrition guidebook with you. I know that it can be overwhelming or confusing, so I just want to make things easier for you. I need you to have your book handy and your containers so that you can get an idea of what we're talking about and what you're going to be eating. First and foremost, I need you to weigh in. You have to weigh in. Take your pictures and do your measurements. It's important that you do this because it's mainly for you. It's so that you can see your progress. And you will be surprised that by the end of first week, you're going to see a difference. You're going to feel the difference. You don't have to share this information with the group, but I ask that you please message me your weight, at least your weight. Simply because I want to know where your calorie intake is and what tier you fall under, and I can keep track of what you're eating, and I just want to help you out through this process. So if you can share that with me privately, I really appreciate it. To make sure that you're doing the measurements right, please refer to this pamphlet. In the back of this pamphlet, you will see the little figure with the parts that you're going to measure. You may want to write here, and that's fine, or you can just keep it on a pad, because I suggest that you do it at the end of every week. Inside this pamphlet, you will also find your scheduled workout sheet. You will see it here. It tells you what workouts you're going to do on a daily basis. Now, you have to figure out your calorie intake. And to do that, you're going to go to page 4 in your nutrition guidebook. And in the little purple box, you're going to do the calculation. It's pretty simple. It's basic math. And once you have that number, you will turn to page 19 and you're going to figure out what tier you fall under. So depending on what number of calorie intakes you have to look at the top to see where you fall under, and you have numbers underneath that. Those are the numbers of the containers that you're going to be consuming, and the colors are right next to it. These sheets will help you keep count of the containers that you're eating throughout the day. I uploaded them for you in the group page, so if you go under files, you'll go and see different things that I posted up for you, but you'll find printable tally sheets. I recommend you print out 3 sets for all 3 weeks. You can also find it in your teambeachbody.com page, in your homepage. If you go under the tab that says Get Fit, scroll down and you'll find workout sheets. You can print them out from there too. We're going to take a look at the containers. These are your containers here. You have your green, you have your purple, your red, your yellow, your blue, and orange. They may seem small, and you might worry because you may think that you're going to starve, but trust me, when you fill these up and you put them on a plate, it is actually a lot of food. It's a lot of food, and you will be satisfied throughout the day. In the green container, you're going to put your vegetables. The way the book has it set up is that they have the most nutrient dense ones on the top. The least nutrient dense ones are in the bottom. Not that they're not good, they're good for you, but the top ones are better. Switch it up. Don't always go with the vegetables in the bottom. Try to get some from the top and get some from the bottom, because you want to make sure you get most nutrients that you can get. You'll also notice that some items have their quantities next to it. For example, asparagus, 10 large spears. So 10 large spears may not fit in your green container. It's going to be more than that, but it is calculated to equal the number of calories that you will be consuming. So do not be fooled by the size of the container. Sometimes the items may be less or more than what the container holds. If you do not see a quantity next to the items, that means that you're going to fill up your containers to the top. And you want to fill it up to the point where you can close the lid, but fill it up. In your purple containers, you're going to put your fruits. And same thing, you have the ones that are more nutrient dense on the top, and the ones that have more sugars in them are in the bottom. And you want to switch it up. Don't always go for the ones on the bottom because those are your favorite fruits. Try something new, try something from the top. For example, a banana. You may think that in your purple container you can fit like 2 bananas, but that does not equal 1 purple container. Half of a banana is suffice. That equals 1 purple container. In your red containers, you're going to put your proteins. And again, you just follow through with the system that they have. The top ones are more nutrient dense, lean protein, and the bottom ones are the less nutrient dense. For example, we have turkey bacon all the way in the bottom because it does contain sodium. But you're allowed to have it, you just don't want to have it every day. Also, your Shakeology is under protein. So if you serve yourself 1 serving of Shakeology with water, that equals 1 protein. In your yellow containers, you're going to put your carbs. Carbs are essential to your diet. You cannot cut out carbs in your diet. It's something your body needs. Therefore, you have here whole grains. That's what you will be consuming. No more whites, no more white rice, white bread, or enriched flour, pasta. Although you do have pasta on the list, but it's whole grain pasta. Towards the bottom of the list, you'll have some of the stuff that you love, like pancakes, waffles, bagels, tortillas. But as you see, everything is whole grain. And of course, these are the least nutrient dense. You want to stick to the ones on the top. These whole grains are going to help you feel fuller throughout the day and have energy throughout the day. Typically, when you eat pasta or white breads, anything that's sugary with starch, a lot of starch, it'll give you a boost of energy, but then immediately, a few minutes after that, your body's going into a crash. And what happens then? You crave more junk food. And that's, what whole grain doesn't do. Next is the blue containers. And here you will have your good fats. Good fats such as avocado, and you have some nuts, you have some cheese in here. Everything here is labeled for you. If it's not labeled, you can fill to the top. If it's labeled with a certain amount of number or any specific type of information next to it, that's what you should have. Stick to the book. On a side note, please make sure that when you buy nuts, do not buy them salted, do not buy them flavored. You want whole and raw nuts. Your next container is your orange container. And the orange container is basically where you're going to put whatever you use for dressings. And you have pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, peanuts, coconut shredded unsweetened. And you also have some dressings that in the book you'll find some recipes for. Here you have your teaspoons. For your teaspoons, it's basically measurements for oils. And the oils that you will be having are extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil. Also, you will measure your butters with this, like your peanut butter, almond butter, any nut butters. No more regular margarine or salted butter. Next to it, you have free foods. Free foods are basically anything that you can have unlimited. No certain type of restriction at all. You have the water bar, which is in your book on page 13 through 15. You will find the water bar, and it's basically showing you how to infuse water if you don't like to drink plain water. Water is essential. You have to have water. It is recommended that you drink half the number in pounds of your weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you should be drinking 90 ounces of water. It's tough, it's challenging. I myself can't do it. I drink close to 1 gallon of water a day, but I recommend you drink at least 1 gallon of water. Try to drink that gallon throughout the day, not in the evening. That way you'll prevent yourself from getting up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom. But if you can drink it by 5 o'clock in the evening, it's great. Anything that you drink after that is a plus. Another free food is vinegar, lemon, lime juice. Freshly squeezed juice, nothing bought in the store because that's loaded with carbs, sugar, probably, things artificial. Herbs, you can have fresh or dry. Spices, except salt. Salt is not a spice. Garlic, ginger, hot sauce you may have, like Tabasco and Mexican hot sauce, nothing else. Flavor extracts, make sure that they're pure flavor extracts. And you also have your seasoning mixes that 21 Day Fix provides. It's later on in the recipe section of the book. I recommend that you spread out your containers throughout the day with your meals. Do not have one particular container or two for a breakfast meal. Try to spread them out. Some of them you will be limited to, like the blue container and the orange container. You're only allowed one a day. So you have to basically use common sense. You either use the whole container for one of your meals or try to break it up in half. Instead of having a quart of a medium-sized avocado, have half of that. And then later on in another snack or meal, instead of having the 12 almonds, you can have 6 almonds. So that's half of a blue. So there you have 2 servings of the blue in one day, and it equals to 1 blue. Also, you want to make sure that you have your meals 2 to 3 hours apart. And the reason for that is that's how you will be burning calories throughout the day. And you will also have energy. You're supposed to have 5 to 6 meals a day. So if you're a person that wakes up early in the morning, go to work, that's great because you can spread out your meals throughout the day. You have to work with your schedule. If you wake up late in the day, it's going to be challenging for you because you want to make sure that you have your meals, and the last one should be at least 3 or 2 hours before you go to sleep. Try to have your purple containers, which are fruits, and your carb containers, which are the yellow ones, before 6 o'clock at night. I recommend that you save one of your carbs for either your last meal, your dinner, or your later snack. Because if you have them all early in the day, you'll probably feel tired by the end of the day. So this program added some little zings to make it a little more fun, interesting, and so you don't get bored eating the same thing over and over. You have your free foods that I went over with you already on page 37. On page 41, you'll find recipes. Thereafter, you'll see the seasoning mixes that 21 Day Fix provides for you. They're actually pretty good. I recommend you try those. You have recipes on page 41. First ones you have here are your seasoning mixes. I highly recommend them. If you do not know how to shop for items that are MSG free, gluten free, or no salt in it, then make up your own. You can make up your own. They're very easy to do. I suggest you just give it a try. You also have your treats on page 39, which is something that you're allowed to have 3 times in a week. So be very wise in how you use your treats. Right next to the treat section, you have your beverages. They're beverages that are allowed. If you're going to do any of these beverages, remember that they are carbs. They're considered carbs. So for example, if you're going to make Shakeology one day with almond milk, if you use unsweetened almond milk, 16 ounces of that equals 1 carb. You're not going to use 16 ounces. You'll use 8 ounces. That's half of a carb. That's half of 1 carb serving. So just do the math, use your tally sheet, and remember you're allowed 3 treats in a week. In addition to beverages, you have the water bar and the tea and coffee bar, which begin on page 13. On page 14, you have your tea and coffee bar. Tea, you can have any flavored tea that you'd like. And we're talking about hot tea, not store-bought bottle iced tea. That is pure sugar. Try to go with the sugars that are listed on page 15. Under, let's say, 1 to 2 cups a day, you can have 1 to 2 tablespoons of low non-fat milk with your coffee. You can have 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw sugar, honey, molasses, maple syrup, agave syrup, and stevia. No refined sugars. On page 64, you're going to find recipes for your Shakeology. Try to stick to these recipes. Some of them may be considered as treats if they include any of the milks that we mentioned before that are in the beverage section. Drink Shakeology once a day. It'll help you with this process. It'll help you lose weight. Shakeology will also help in cutting back cravings. It also gives you energy, and it'll help you with your digestive system. You'll be surprised of what Shakeology can do. It's really delicious, and it's also very nutrient dense. It has over 70 superfoods, so even though you're doing a healthy diet, you're most likely, for sure, you're going to be missing out on some nutrients that you just can't get in regular foods. You're going to get it with Shakeology. I just want to give you some tips that may help you in this process. When you serve your foods in your containers to just get the right portions, do not eat from the containers. Make sure you put your foods on a plate, because then you can really see how much food you're supposed to be eating. And you will not kid yourself. You're not going to think you're serving yourself small portions in these containers and that you're going to starve yourself. When you see it on a plate, it's a lot of food. Also, you'll eventually be able to just eyeball what you're supposed to eat, and you're not going to need the containers anymore. Accountability is very important when you do this challenge, simply because it keeps you in check. It motivates you. It makes you want to do better because you feel everyone is watching you. But main person you need to be in competition with and concerned with is you. You need to do this for you, not for anybody else in the group, but for yourself. But being accountable helps you because, let's say you post a picture of a meal that you're eating and you may have something in there that you're not supposed to eat. I may catch it and I'll give you tips and I'll suggest something else that you can eat instead. It helps others also because you're giving others ideas of what they can eat. Some people kind of run out of ideas. You might probably give me ideas, and so it's a good way to help others too and inspire others, motivate others. If you have any questions at all, please post it in the group page. Do not send it to me privately unless it's something personal. Because I want someone else to see that question. Maybe they have the same question and they don't dare ask. So please post on the page. I will answer. You'd be surprised of the support you're going to get from other people in the page as well. So accountability is important and it'll help you. It'll help you in this process. Do your workouts every day. You have different routines. You're not going to get bored. They're 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. So if you find that you don't have time during the day on your regular schedule to do a workout, then wake up earlier or go to bed a little later, but do your workouts because that's what's really going to help you get the results that you want. If you happen for some very explainable reason, let's say, miss out on a workout, then make it up on the next day. You have to do this if you want max results. On week 3, you're going to do doubles. That means you're going to be doing 2 different types of workouts. It's recommended that you do one in the morning and that you do one in the evening or afternoon, but do not do them together. And those you don't want to miss those because then you will be obliged to do too many workouts on the next day, and we don't want that. If you're going to do another workout while you're doing 21-day fix, it's okay if you go for a walk, if you go bike riding, but do not do another strenuous workout of your choice. Let's say CrossFit, Insanity, or P90X. Do not do it because then what's going to happen is you're going to starve yourself. Your calories are already counted for and your meals are already planned with this program. You don't want that to happen. If you go into starvation mode, you're going to either get dizzy, feel weak, pass out, and you don't want that. If you happen to fall off track, don't beat yourself up about it. It happens. Life brings you surprises. You may be invited to a birthday party, your husband or your boyfriend, or may take you out to dinner. You're doing this plan, so you want to kind of stick to this. And it's only 21 days. It goes by really fast. But if something happens to come up and you happen to go off track, just be wise about your choices. But do not starve yourself for the rest of the day because you happen to eat something that's not in the book. Continue on your track here. Like, continue eating clean. Next day, just start it up again. Do not give up. Do not think because Saturday you had a horrible evening and you ate out with your friends that, oh, well, I'll start over again on Monday. No, because you're setting yourself up for failure. And that's what we all do every year when New Year comes around. We want to start on day one, and we never keep up with that. Just start right then and there. You messed up now, your next meal, make it a good one. Or next morning, make it a good day. You're not going to gain weight because you ate one bad meal. Just like you're not going to lose weight because you ate one healthy meal. So do not give up. Always go back on track and just stay focused. Believe in yourself. Be positive. It's going to work for you. I'm just going to wrap this up now. So I just want to wish everybody the best of luck. I'm really excited that you guys are doing this program because I am passionate about it. I love it. It worked for me. It changed my life. And I hope it can change yours for the better. I'm sure it is. You just have to stick to it and have fun, and best of luck.